Right, the first step in doing UV photosensitive screen printing is to prepare your screen. You're going to need to get your photosensitive emulsion, pour it into your trough. You're going to need to pour more in here than you're actually going to need. Make sure all your blinds are down to make sure there is no UV light coming in. I'm only using the lights from the room here. Normally I do close these off as well, but I want to make sure you can all see okay. You see I'm shaking it here just to make sure it can get to the edge okay. I've got some sugar paper down because it does get a bit messy. Ideally you will have two people, someone holding it still and then the other person dragging this up. You just put it up against the edge about 45 degrees and then you just want to gently drag it up and just leave a nice thin layer of emulsion onto your screen. See there, it's missed a bit. That's mainly because it's hard to keep this straight. It is normally better to use a trough that's a bit wider than your screen. As you can see, the kind of edges here are pushing against it, so it's not getting as nice a coat as I normally would like. But that will do for now. Then you want to make sure it dries flat in somewhere dark that won't be exposed. So I'm just going to put it in this cupboard here, close that, and then I can pour the rest of my emulsion back into my pot. So for this, I've just opened up one of my own images into Photopea. You can use Photoshop. I do prefer Photoshop, but Photopea is obviously more accessible, being that it is free. So I'm going to make sure my image is rasterized. Then I'm going to duplicate it. Command C, Command V, and I've got a duplicate of it. I'm going to turn off this top layer. Then go onto this layer. Go to Image, Adjustments, to Threshold. And then I'm going to move this across a bit so it's a bit darker. This layer is going to be my grey layer. Now to do that we're going to be using Ben-Day dots, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Click OK. Then you're going to go to Select, Colour Range, select all the white, put the fuzziness all the way up to 200, click OK, and then delete the white. It will still show some white because I've got my background turned on, but once I Command and D, deselect that, you can see there all the white has gone. So the next thing I'm going to do is lock the layer, go to my brush tool, make that a bit bigger, and make sure I've selected a grey. I'm then just going to cover all the black in a grey. From here I will just go through to Filter, Pixelate, and then it should be colour halftone, and I'm hoping this is going to be the exact same as it is on Photoshop, and I'm just going to do 8 degrees on either one, 8 pixels, and there we have it. If I zoom in on that for you to see properly, Ben-Day dots. Okay, and obviously from a distance it appears grey. Then I'm going to go to my top layer, go to Image, Adjustments, Threshold, and I can keep that one like that. Click OK, and then I don't have to delete the white on this if I don't want to. I can just go on to Multiply, and there we have it. Two tones, black and grey. I then File. If you're doing it on Photoshop, it's Save as Copy, and you save it as a JPEG. I'm going to export as a JPEG. Make sure the quality is 100%, and click Save. From here, you then need to print it off. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky. You need to use your clear acetate and print onto that. You might want to talk to an IT technician about how you can do that on your printers, and if your printers can handle that, they should be able to. But the best way to do this is send it to print. When you go to the printer to collect your print in, take all the trays out except for the one you want to use. Put your piece of acetate in that instead of all the paper. Take all the paper out, close that drawer, and then send it to print, and it should print onto this. So once you have prepped your screen and you've printed your image onto your acetate, you'll need to then place it onto your screen. I'm just going to put this underneath my UV lamp. This isn't exact. I don't know how far away the lamp is from the screen. I don't know exactly how much time really needs to go into this. I find between about 80 seconds to 120 seconds is normally the nice spot. I'm going to do this for about 90 seconds, maybe a little bit longer. All I need to do is set a timer and then put the lamp on. This step is to just wash off any of the unexposed emulsion. So just get a nice clean sponge and start scrubbing just gently at first. It's not perfect, but as you can see, most of it has kind of come off. Probably could have done with a little bit longer being exposed, but this should still print all right. The next step is to dry it and then print it. And the final step for this is to place your screen onto your paper. I'm going to reuse one of the stencil cuts just to show you how easy it is to kind of register this. All I'm going to do is just look through it, and it's just going to be like tracing it. It's not going to go perfect because obviously the stencil cut was handmade. There are going to be a few differences and the screen hasn't come out perfectly. Once I've got it all lined up, I then just need to undo my pot of pre-made ink, get some of that and place it along here. Again, more than I actually need, just to help get it all through those tiny little holes, and any leftover will be scooped back in and reused at another date. Moment of truth. Not terrible.